This is AM Agenda. Thanks for being with us this morning. With me from Sydney, we've got Labor MP Ed Husic, and in Melbourne, Liberal MP Josh Frydenberg. Josh, I'll go to you first of all on the Gonski review. We've seen the reaction, some mixed reaction, but largely positive about the review itself. The opposition came out forcefully against it. Was it something that you should have spent a bit more time analysing, going through before being so critical of it?
Look, David Gonski is a very senior individual in our community with a lot of experience in education, and certainly we welcome the report. But what we do not have any confidence is Labor's commitment to the independent and Catholic school sector. And what we fear is that this report will open up a hit list for independent and Catholic schools. This government, the Gillard government, has refused to commit to maintaining the indexation of funding for independent Catholic schools. That's just over $4 billion over the next 4 years. And the truth of the matter is that 1 in 3 students in Australia go to independent and Catholic schools. That is a choice parents make, often in difficult financial circumstances, to send their kids to independent and Catholic schools, and they should be supported for that. And Kieran, for every student that goes to an independent and Catholic school, they get about $4,000 from the government, whereas for a student who goes to a government school, it's just over $7,000. So it's actually reducing the burden on the taxpayer. If children go to an independent and Catholic school, they should be supported, and we're concerned that this government's not committed to that.
The situation, Ed, as well, is that a lot of these independent Catholic schools aren't that well off anyway. They're not all King's and Scotch colleges that we're talking about here.
Absolutely. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the Chifley electorate working with schools from both the government and the non-government sector. And, when you look in the neighbourhoods that make up the Chifley electorate, there are people that do it tough. Regardless of where they send their kids to school, those schools are trying to do the best within whatever means are available. And my concern is that people will be able to get the best possible education outcome, regardless of what school they go to in the Chifley electorate. And I think I read the other day the words of a principal who heads up a school in the Chifley electorate, Mark Bernard, who said, and he's the principal of the Chifley College's Bidwell campus, who said it's not about the system, it's about the student. And that's what we need to focus on. And I'd hope, I was sorry to hear Josh's comments earlier that were pretty negative on this review, because when you look at who made up the Gonski review, it's from a broad range of people involved in that review who took a long time to examine the issues. We've said that we're going to take our time examining the report itself, and I actually hope that the Coalition would take the time as well, because I think it's a thing in the interest of the nation that we get education funding right. I hear the concerns that Josh has expressed, and to some extent I share those when I look at particularly the Catholic schools that operate in Chifley. We want to get this right, and I want to see that kids that are in disadvantaged situations, that they get as many resources as they can. And I'm a big supporter of public education, Kieran. I want to see more money put in, but I don't want to see non-government schools lose out.
Okay, we've only got 2 minutes left on the program. I want to touch on this last issue that 3 same-sex couples had dinner at the Lodge last night with Prime Minister Gillard. Apparently, she told them that she believes it's inevitable that gay marriage will be legalised at some point, even though, of course, she does not support that. That's not her position. Do you agree with her, Josh Frydenberg, that at some stage that this will happen and that it's inevitable?
Look, attitudes are changing, but let's just see what happens with the legislation when it reaches the floor of the Parliament. Our point is that we took to the last election a commitment to the Australian public to maintain the definition of marriages between a man and a woman. However, this government also took that promise to the last election, and now they are effectively breaking that promise, along with the carbon tax and along with the pokies and along with their commitment on private health insurance. So we think we've had a firm position, a consistent position. The Shadow Cabinet has taken a position that they will continue with the definition of supporting the definition of marriages between a man and a woman, but Labor has been all over the place. Well, I've made a speech in the Parliament about this and said that I've met with hundreds of people from my electorate, really representing a diversity of views, and I really respect couples, of same-sex couples, and the love that they bring and the children that they raise. However, I have supported maintaining the definition of marriage as between a man and a woman.
All right, Ed, just quickly your thoughts. We've only got about 40 seconds.
Yeah, look, I think it's a good opportunity for people to be able to go to the Lodge and talk to the Prime Minister about issues that matter most to them. The Labor Party, as people are fully aware, is committed to a conscience vote on it to allow people to make their own minds up as MPs when these matters get considered in Parliament. I think the party of liberalism, in the conservative side of politics, should do the same thing and allow MPs to express their views, just like Josh has and just like I have. And for the record, and I've said this locally, personally I'm not opposed, but to the notion. But a lot of people in my area still haven't embraced the concept, and I've got to do the right thing in terms of representing the views of the people that come and raise these issues with me.
Okay, Ed and Josh, appreciate your time, gents. Good to see you both. That's all for AIM Agenda. Thank you for your company too. We'll see you soon.